Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Friday, September 27th, and the energies in the day adds up or reduce to number 8 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So today, energies adding up or reducing to number 8 vibration is ruled by Saturn. So there's big Saturn aspects to the day, and Saturn energy deals with time. Saturn energy deals with the past. Saturn energy deals with authority. So today's energy, big emphasis on authority, big emphasis on time with Saturn and Pisces. It could be focused today when it comes to our creative expression, our imagination, intuition, spiritual gifts and abilities, or even things come up around addiction. I like how there's a grand water trine happening between Saturn and Pisces, Mars and Cancer, and Venus and Scorpio. When it comes to the grand water trine energy, it brings me to the thought of effortless flow when it comes to intuition, premonitions, and imagination. So for some of you, you might wake up from some kind of a dream that's just like, you know, for the first time, you remember your dream or your perception of it, or your ability to discern and see clarity in a situation where things always seem so chaotic or confusing is powerful energies. There's also a grand trine happening between Pluto and Capricorn, Uranus in Taurus, and Sun conjunct Mercury in Libra. So with the grand water trine energy, it brings me to optimistic, creative, expressive energy. So that brings the, you know, it's like a calming aspect to the day. And then it's not an earth trine because the Sun and Mercury is in Libra, but the trine with Taurus, Capricorn, and Libra brings me to work, career, goals, and working together, collaborations, working together, and seeing how, you know, we're better together, how we can achieve more when we work together, when we come together. And the thought of that brings me to, like, say a mom who decides she wants to homeschool, or a dad who decides he wants to homeschool. And with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, things are coming up pertaining to the education system that will push a parent to make that decision. But when I think of the grand trine between Uranus and Taurus, so like, let's say with Uranus and Taurus, a parent decides that they want to homeschool because of the different things that that's happening, and certain things they probably don't agree with or believe in that's happening within the school and the education system. So they decide to homeschool. And with Uranus in retrograde in Taurus, positively aspecting, trining Pluto and Capricorn. Pluto and Capricorn in retrograde, it's like the corporations, the school itself is falling apart anyways, but it works. It's like it's falling apart, but it's happening at the right time. It's like getting a flat tire, and your flat tire just conveniently happens when you can afford it and you're not in a bad position or in a bad situation. So it's unfortunate that this thing happens, but it just works. And then when we put Libra in the mix, you know, I think of relationships and how we relate to others. So, you know, when I think of the parent who wants to homeschool, and then say that parent networks and do their research and vet and observe and connect with other like-minded parents. And then they all decide to come up with a curriculum and do this thing together. And from them all deciding to come together, like I could see like a great idea and even an app to come together to create this idea in my mind so clearly. And I've mentioned this before to you guys before. Like I really love strategizing. But anyways, imagine the parents come together and say like 5 parents come together and they collaborate. They all come up with the curriculum that they agree with, and they all take turns taking on a certain subject or whatever for the 5 days out of the week. And from them coming together and doing it that way, number one, there's diversity where the kids get exposed to other kids and other families to gain different knowledge and experiences from each other. But then there's so much time that is saved from doing it together, because if you're only responsible for doing it 1 day out of the week, then there's more time to work or do other responsibilities or just relax where the parents are concerned, or opposed to a parent having to do this 5 days out of the week, plus the responsibilities being a parent, plus having to pay bills and take care of the home and the chores and, you know, everything else. And I didn't even mention taking care of themselves, you know. So when I think of like this, you know, when I think of the aspect, I think of how, you know, it creates an ambiance or an environment for things to just flow. And what I love about, like, say the number 8 energy and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to number 8. The number 8 deals with systems and cycles. And when you observe your life, all aspects of your life runs off of some kind of a system or a cycle, even if it's a bad one. Like I notice myself when it comes to, say, my feminine cycle within the month, and how, like, say after my cycle comes, like 2 weeks after, that's when I'll crave certain things the most. So it's like, if I'm aware of this cycle, I could know, okay, I'm approaching the time where I crave certain junk and certain things. And normally this is the time when I'll spaz and, you know, consume certain things that don't love me back or don't nourish or support my body. So it's like, okay, I'm coming upon this time, this season. So it's like, okay, I'm getting close to this season. So let me keep some healthy comforts around so that, yes, I can escape reality with the comforts if I need to. But because I planned ahead, you know, I made better choices. So it's like, when it comes to all aspects of our lives, all of it operates off of some kind of a season or a cycle. And it's whether, you know, it's either one that supports our thriving or one that, you know, works against us. And for the most part, we all collectively follow a system or a cycle that was given to us. And we scratch our head like Curious George when we follow it to a T and we're still miserable, because based on the marketing, the videos, the movies and everything, we should be happy and complete, but we're not. And this is where we have to create a blueprint that fits who we are as individual, one that is in alignment with our truth. And we have the gazelle energy. And to me, this is similar to yesterday's energy, where something about yesterday's energy, like today's energy, there might be something, a vibe in the day that wants us to act or be more aggressive or more direct or something to that extent. And the spirit guidance that are coming out is pushing for observation, patience, and reflection. With today being the 27th, the number 7 energy is present like it was in yesterday's energy. And today there's this reflective aspect to the day, with the energies in the day adding up and reducing to number 8 vibration. Though it could be more of an obsessive looping or thinking about, you know, certain things. But there is a reflective aspect to the day, and something comes to an end to a certain extent, not fully, but maybe you're observing and thinking about, okay, you know, should I cut service when it comes to this thing? Should I end my membership or end my subscription? You know, reflecting on ending something pertaining to how much it's costing is what I would say when I look at the numbers in the day. Is this worth it? You know, that's a big question when it comes to today's energy. Is this worth it? Venus is the ruler of the day, and Venus is a part of a T-square with Pluto in Capricorn and the moon in Leo. So when I think of the T-square energy that Venus is a part of, even though it's also a part of like that grand water trine that I mentioned, but it's also a part of a T-square. And with Venus in Scorpio, we value our privacy and our need to be in control. And it's at 5 degrees. And the number 5 deals with sudden and unexpected changes. So it's like valuing freedom to do what you want, when you want, how you want. And with that squaring the moon in Leo, Scorpio energy is more dark. And when I say dark, I mean private, I mean restrictive energy, where Leo energy is bright, it's vibrant. And when I say bright or vibrant, when I think of brightness, I think of like invitation. It's like something is open for everyone to see. Where when something is dark, it's hidden, it's exclusive, it's not for everyone. So it's like with the moon and Leo, our inner world is in a space where it's like we want to, it's like I think of like, say, that child that doesn't know that it's not okay to entertain strangers. You know, with the moon and Leo, it's like we're optimistic, and it's positively aspecting Venus conjunct the sun in Libra. So it's like everybody's cool, everybody's a friend. But Venus in Scorpio is like, you know, pouring water on Leo's fire, the inner world. So it's like the things that we value is restricting our inner world and our inner conversation. And also too, with Pluto in Aquarius and Plutarian energies, you know, ruler of Scorpion energy, dealing with death and rebirth, new beginnings. With that in Capricorn, that's, you know, there's an opposition between the moon and Pluto, and it's like with the moon and the aspects made to it, with Venus in Scorpio and Pluto in Capricorn, it's like the inner world wants to play and be social, but there are more serious matters at hand. It's like the inner world is like, oh, I want to go, you know, chill with those people over there. And the other aspect is like, yes, you want to chill with those people over there, but did you vet them? Do you know them? You know, do you know them? Is it safe? That's how I would see that. So I mentioned in yesterday's video, and I'll probably mention it all week, I have new cards. When it comes to the tarot, we have the 2 of Cups in the reversal position. So in the upright position, the 2 of Cups reflects like unity. It reflects emotion. Like with the 2 of Cups, it could be you unifying with another person, or it could be you unifying with some aspect of yourself. Like the 2 of Cups will bring me to acceptance. But in the reversal position, for me, it would almost feel like dealing with rejection, whether it is rejection from someone else or rejection from yourself. And when I look at, say, the moon and the T-square that the moon is a part of, I feel like that's rejection, where it's like different aspects of ourselves is battling about certain things, where it's like, you know, a part of us wants to be friendly and have a good time and play. But then there's another part that's so serious, like, but they're not our friends. They're not like us. Like, we shouldn't hang with them, or like we should look into them more. Or it could be a situation today with the energies in the day adding up and reducing to number 8 vibration, where there's some kind of a power struggle as someone is coming off as the authority of another. And because of that, there's a push and pull. But with the gazelle energy coming out, it brings me to like not getting intertwined and not getting involved in that. It's like, don't allow yourself to, don't allow yourself to get caught up in that, to just be patient and allow the energies to play themselves out. Like, be patient and allow things to play themselves out. And the bigger question is to ask yourself, like, what is this experience teaching you? I think that's a way better question to ask yourself when it comes to, the current situation. What is this teaching me? What's also coming to mind is how some people will think about getting your money today and not think about getting your money over a lifetime. An example of that is like, say I think of like, say in the salon, where it's like you walk into a salon and you ask for a service. And you might ask for a service and the stylist can't do the service you asked for. And instead of having integrity and say, I can't do this, they might attempt to do something and then, you know, feel like you should pay because they attempted to do it, instead of saying that I don't offer that service, I can't do that, but this is what I could do. Where it's like, even if they stick you up and rob you and push some style on you that you don't want and you pay, you're never going back. Where if they had integrity and say, you know, I can't do that style that you want, but I could do a really good job at XYZ, for their honesty, and then you allow them to do what they can do and then they deliver really well, there's a chance that you might go back. There's a bigger chance that you might go back. And when it comes to today's energy, I think of like someone that's so professional, but don't have a vision enough to see long term. So in the moment, you know, you might be dealing with a situation in the moment where, because someone has the upper hand, they abuse their power, but things are going to turn around and you're going to be back in the position. You're going to be back in the authoritative position. But keep in mind that when people show you who they are, you know, like the great Dr. Maya Angelou say, when people show you who they are or tell you who they are, believe them the first time. Another example would be, say you work with a realtor or an agent to lease a property or something, and they were supposed to be managing things and they totally mismanage you, but now it's time for you to move on somewhere else, and they have the nerve to be looking for your business, looking for you to work with them to get you something else. And it's like, I didn't forget how you managed the situation when you thought you had the upper hand. So that's something to keep in mind today, to just play it cool and, you know, be humble. Most of the time when people say be humble, I don't like it, because I always feel like it's someone who wants you to be humble so they could feel bigger. But in this situation, for me, I say be humble in the sense that don't exert your energy. Don't waste your time. You'll have your moment. You'll have your moment. Hey guys, I want to share with you 7 benefits of getting a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session. The first one is understanding your internal programming. The second one is becoming more clear about your purpose and passion. The third is setting goals for success. The fourth is awareness of strength and areas of improvement. And the fourth one was foundational for me, because whenever you're aware of your weaknesses, no one can use them against you. And when you're aware of your strengths, that makes you unstoppable. And that is why I say self-awareness is a superpower. The fifth benefit is removing obstacles. We first have to become aware of a thing in order to remove it in the first place. The sixth benefit is understanding relationship dynamics. We don't have to change the people in our lives. We have to become aware of ourselves and start from there, and everything changes. And the seventh benefit is upcoming transits, if that's something that you would like to look into because you're planning for something or you just want to be aware. So if you're interested in booking a numerology natal chart awareness coaching session or learning more about it, the link to book or the link to send me an email for questions are both within the description box below. If you'd like to check out my Patreon, where I share exclusive content, the link to check out what's happening on Patreon is in the description box below. It is always such a pleasure sharing these messages with you. Before you go anywhere, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a pink heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.